Is a New York attorney with a broker's license automatically entitled to collect the buyer-agent commission when representing her or himself on a residential real estate transaction in New York City? We'll discuss this topic in the following video. I'm Nick at Houseit, based here in New York City. Check out our website, houseit.com, to learn how to save money if you're buying or selling real estate here in New York. So let's get started. First, let's start by answering the following question. Why is it so common to see attorneys representing themselves on residential real estate purchases of condos, co-ops, and townhouses in New York and New York City specifically? The reason is that lawyers who are admitted to the New York State Bar essentially receive a shortcut when it comes to obtaining a broker's license here in New York. Whereas other applicants in New York, such as a licensed real estate salesperson, must satisfy a litany of challenging educational, experience, and examination requirements, attorneys essentially get a free pass by way of not being required to fulfill any of these prerequisites. An attorney who is a member of the New York State Bar simply needs to fill out an application and pay what is currently $155 in order to become a licensed real estate broker. In other words, attorneys who are admitted to the New York State Bar automatically qualify for a broker's license here in New York State. As per the Division of Licensing Services Real Estate Broker application, attorneys who are admitted to the New York State Bar are exempt from the educational, experience, and examination requirements. Submit a completed application and fee, indicating on the application that you are admitted to the New York State Bar. As a result, attorneys often apply for a broker's license right before buying a home in New York City in the hopes of representing themselves and, by extension, collecting the buyer-broker commission on a purchase. Now, this creative strategy is typically the result of a search for ways to reduce buyer closing costs, which in New York City are ridiculously high. In other words, an attorney who obtains a New York broker's license and attempts to represent her or himself is essentially trying to obtain a buyer-agent commission rebate in order to save money on closing costs. Instead of being represented by a traditional buyer's agent who agrees to rebate a portion of the commission, as would be the case under a normal buyer-agent commission rebate arrangement, the attorney seeks to actually represent her or himself and pocket the entirety of the buyer-agent commission paid by the seller. While this is a great idea in theory, it often fails in the execution stage. This is because many lawyers who attempt this strategy in New York City specifically aren't aware that a listing agent has no obligation to split a commission with another licensed individual in the absence of a co-brokerage agreement. To be clear, New York licensing law does require a listing agent to cooperate with the buyer's agent, and by extension, a licensed individual representing her or himself. However, attorneys often conflate this with an assumption that listing agents are also required to co-broke, i.e. share or split, a commission. Most likely, this inaccurate assumption stems from the prevailing custom in New York City specifically, under which most agents agree to automatically split commissions. All member agents of REBNY, the Real Estate Board of New York, sign a universal co-brokerage agreement which obligates them to split no less than 50% of the total commission paid by a seller with a cooperating broker. In other words, automatic co-broking only exists as a result of REBNY membership, and most attorneys who apply for a broker's license simply don't realize that there is a second step involved in order to be automatically entitled to the buyer's agent commission on a purchase. And that second step is applying for membership with the Real Estate Board of New York. Therefore, many attorneys with a broker's license often start submitting offers in New York City while incorrectly assuming they'll get paid a buyer's agent commission. Now, this can be a difficult scenario for a listing agent, as the agent will inevitably need to give a reality check to the licensed attorney, and this could inadvertently offend the attorney and result in retraction of an offer. This scenario can also be harmful to the purchaser, as the act of representing her or himself and wrongly assuming the right to earn a commission could rub the listing agent the wrong way. Ultimately, the most prudent course of action for an attorney looking to collect a commission on her or his purchase is to both apply for a broker's license and apply for membership with the Real Estate Board of New York. However, the latter is rather pricey and currently costs $1,650. Not to mention, it's more paperwork and extra headache to join an organization for pretty much just one deal. Therefore, we believe the most effective route for an attorney looking to collect the buyer-agent commission on a deal here in New York City is actually to retain traditional representation from a buyer's agent who offers a commission rebate. This approach is advantageous for several reasons. First and foremost, this saves the attorney the cost and time associated with applying for Revny membership. More importantly, however, having traditional representation reduces the risk of agitating or annoying a listing agent. And for obvious reasons, agitating the person who can influence the seller when it comes to negotiating and accepting offers is the last thing a purchaser wants to do. To be more direct, real estate agents in New York City don't like needless complications or headaches. Agents naturally gravitate towards the simplest path to a deal. In other words, the easiest buyer to deal with. Now, a lawyer who submits an offer, guns blazing, declaring that she or he is an attorney with a broker's license and making an automatic claim to a buyer agent commission, well, likely comes across as aggressive, annoying, and complicated in the eyes of a listing agent. So there you have it. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. We'd also love to hear any suggestions for new topic ideas. I'm Nick at Houseit, and we'll see you on the next video.